at a different spot this morning. Good morning. What are the biggest things you have done? The biggest things. There's some big rocks over there and there's some little rocks. We're impressed by the big rocks. You can't lift them, you know. You need heavy machinery. Big rocks and little rocks. We're in a different spot this morning. Have you figured it out? You can see Mount Arbel over there, the southern slopes. We're right beside the water, obviously. We were along here quite a while back, but the water was much higher, and now it's down, preparing for the winter rains. I hope they do come, because then otherwise the lake will be down a lot. And they did a lot of clearing over here, so it makes it very accessible to come in, even though the ground is a bit rough and there's one or two little challenging spots. There are marvelous groves here of grapefruit, and they're absolutely abundant and ripe. I don't know if you'd like to taste one on this live stream. Actually, instead of going along the water edge, there's no sign of the sun coming out right now. I'm just going to go do a little loop around here. Here you can see Tiberius. I don't think we were that close very often. And over here we're going to see all these wonderful it looks like a graveyard there. There's a Russian Orthodox property down behind those trees. Yeah, there's an opening over here. I would be able to get out right here. Look at these grapefruit people. Not too big, but delicious actually. I came here on Sunday, that's how I knew this whole area was open again. With another priest, we were coming for a walk and a talk. Look, some of them are very small, but they are juicy and delicious. Abu Firas, the herdsman from Mount Arbel, was often here, and we had grapefruit together. So I remember him. May the Lord have mercy on his soul, bring him to eternal glory. And all these grapefruit way down there, down this pathway. And this is all the clearing they have been doing. So they have cleared up this whole area. Look at this. Row of trees after row of trees. It's a very fertile area, and obviously water isn't a problem. And all the soils and minerals washing off the mountain for millennia and longer. I think I hear a tractor over here. Oh, it's just a Jeep. I think I'll go over that way to say hello to these guys, to show my face. Properties sometimes are very developed and other times neglected, and other times reclaimed. The material world, the seasons, in season, out of season. Here are a couple of people working, 3 people now already. They're probably going to do the grapefruit harvest. I can imagine. I'm trying to remember how you say a grapefruit in Hebrew again. Boker Tov. אתם באים לקחת הפירות? Yeah. טוב. בהצלחה. So they're coming to harvest the fruit, starting early in the morning. So no sunrise yet, but there's a lot of light there. A little boat waiting for sunnier days. We can go down here to the water. You see a lot of work that was done here, and all this was overgrown. Can you imagine there was a big tree right here? So there are times when things are cultivated, times when they're neglected, times when people are strong, times when people are tired, times when people are overwhelmed, times when people are industrious and developing things. Should we go around the corner here? Not afraid you won't slip. Let's see if it's possible to go around the corner. No, it's not a good idea because I'd have to walk on the water here and I haven't practiced that yet. So there's some bright lights. There's the southern cliffs of Mount Arbel, so we've been up there very often. And then over here, those bright spots there at the water edge, they're big lights. That's the boat area, I think. And then we're just this side of that. That's the widest spot in the whole Sea of Galilee. Oh, look at Mount Hermon. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Take some screenshots. Look at the snow. Oh, got the birds there now as well. But look at Mount Hermon, and it's snow covered and the rising sun is sparkling off it. It's just a little distance. It's a little bit more magical to my eye than it is on the screen for me. That's beautiful. The beauty of nature, creation, the gift we have to be alive, to see it, to hear it, to relish it, to find ourselves here. Filled with gratitude. Hey, this is the walkway out to the... Well, I'm going to go back this way here, and we want to talk a little bit about the readings today. We have amazing readings. In the passage of the first reading today from St. John's letters, we have probably one of the most succinct descriptions of who God is. You want to say definition is kind of the wrong word. Let's say a painting of God, a rendering of God, an expression about God. So powerful, so extraordinary. God is love. And there are 3 or 4 sentences working that out. God is love. The human search for God, following that star, wanting to know more, to understand better. Ah, yes, I can go through here. I just love Mount Hermon, the way it's shining right now and gleaming. We'll keep our eye on it in case there's a better gleam. I guess I've had a stronger camera. But it's interesting how the eye picks up the contrast of the folds and the snow faces being illuminated. So we're going through here, people. God is love. You know, we know God is power because of the universe, its extent, especially compared to our frailty and feebleness and littleness. We know God is super intelligent for all the structure of nature, from the smallest atom, atomic, subatomic particles, to the largest Milky Way and Whiskey Way and Ginger Ale Way. You know, all of the amazing constellations and galaxies and super galaxies and supernovas and all that's out there. It's just absolutely amazing. The intelligence that's in their organization, the constancy, they're so constant that the sailors of millennia can discover where they're at and where they need to go and how to do it. The intelligence, God is powerful, God is intelligent. There's so much beauty in nature. God must be really beautiful. He must have an incredible sense of beauty. Hey, look, one more grapefruit tree all alone here. But God is love. God is love. And if God is more powerful than any idea we have of power and more intelligent than any idea we have of intelligence, imagine the way He is love. Just imagine. Our little tastes of love, our little shadows of love, our little bits of love, our ups and downs in love. God is love. All the nations on earth will adore you. Imagine if all the nations could discover how much God is love. Hey, we got some blue sky up here, behind the clouds. But it's long past the time for sunrise, so that big cloud there is covering it. And now we're going through here. Before I used to have to almost crawl here. That's why I was able to come here this morning, because they cleared it. And I would crawl probably at the level of the second rail here, where my foot is. Where's my foot? Over there. So at the level of that rail. And it was difficult crossing. Now this is a rough spot here, people, so just hold on. I'm going to go through here. And then the gospel is amazing in the opening it gives us and the connections we feel there. You know, it's the miracle of the loaves and fish, the 2 fish and the 5 loaves, and the little boy and the hungry people, and the compassion in Jesus' heart. Oh, there's so many conclusions. I'm sure your mind is jumping already when you're seeing these words and these phrases and these thoughts and these actions. And Jesus pushing them a little bit, challenging them, testing them about how they're reacting. And you see, we try to hold on to all the world. The peace we get, we try to hold it. It's very hard for us to let go, to let things go, to let people go. We want to hold on, to possess, to grab, to secure, put up security walls, hire security, get security equipment, protect, hold on to my possessions. And all the people are hungry. And Jesus said, I feel sorry for the crowd. I feel sorry for the crowd. He has compassion. And get them something to eat. Well, you need 1,000 days' wages. Give me a break. What's it like? Years of wages to feed all these people? So many. Well, let's get going. Well, there's a boy here that has 5 loaves and 2 fish, but you must be kidding. I mean, I mean, hey, why are you suggesting that to Jesus? Come on. How nonsense. Get real, man. The problems are so big in the world today. Get real. Get real. Get real. Forget it. Get real, realistic politics. Hey, tell the people to sit down in groups. And he took the bread and broke it and blessed it. There's Mount Hermon, people. Snow-covered Mount Hermon. Somebody said there was snow in Jerusalem the day before yesterday. We missed it. Snow is unusual here. Like every 2 or 3 winters we see snow. And sometimes it lasts for a day, and like on the ground. It snows for an hour. And only once have I seen it lasting for a week on the ground and snowing for a day or two. And I'm here now, thanks be to God, 15 years, 16 winters. So, here we see something marvelous. That our calling is to do a little thing right now for somebody right beside me. My calling isn't to fix world hunger right now. I can't. But I can make a sandwich for a little child, for an elderly person, because that's the first hungry people you have, not the ones in another continent from the news report. They're the ones in your kitchen, and they just cry or they scream or they just look at you, or they just, they need you. And you're doing that kind deed. You're feeding the hungry. Another one is also marvelous. You see young people doing an extra couple of hours overtime work to earn a little bit more money to go and feed hungry people. Wow! Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? The initiative to use resources I have, talents I have, time I have. Or the women, the moms who are so busy looking after their families, and they organize a bake sale. And they cook and cook and cook and bake and bake and bake. And they put together, they rustle up quite a bit of support for people in need. You see, God is love, and we're made in his image and likeness. And love finds solutions. And we're kind of love people, we're love beings. We were made for that. That's our DNA. That's our core subatomic particles are love. And this is what we are called to do. We are called to be this love. Birdie, where are you? Right in the center of the screen, people, just watch. Yeah, there we are. Where'd you go? Little bird. All your subatomic particles are love. And your whole being will dance in joy when you're true to those bits of your being. Every bit of your being is love. Is made for love. Is made to see the need of others. Sing your song, little bird. Oh, the bird flew away. Doesn't want to be on camera. But I respect her privacy. So we're back on our usual track here, people. And the big thing about that whole operation today was that not only, the person did their little bit and everything, but they left space for God to act. Because when we're doing our little things, let's leave space for God to act. Do our little thing, do it generously. Let go of the little thing we have that another might need more urgently, and do it with leaving space to God to multiply the good. When we leave space to him who multiplies, amazing things happen. Imagine the millions of little deeds over 50 years of marriage, 70 years of marriage. Thousands of little deeds every week. Small things, a look, a glance, a word, a caress, a helpful deed. So many things. People, I think, will say goodbye. Maybe we went overtime this morning, but we had a different scenery. And I hope Joy and Brian are happy, because they always ask me to go down that area. And now they can see the changes. So, people, let's do this here. Let's do our famous closing moment here. God bless you. There you have Mount Arbel up there. We saw it from a different angle this morning. See you later, alligators. Come on, switch around, man. There we go. Up into the blue.